In this short video, we're going to be going over step 5 and 6 of our extremely comprehensive online marketing program that we've devised for contractors, builders, construction companies, and home improvement service providers. This will allow you to drive a lot more web traffic, which will turn into more leads, which will eventually convert into more projects, more revenue, better bottom line profits for your business. Step 5 is something that we call competitive redirects, and step 6 is something called retargeting. Both extremely powerful, and I think that you will see immediately how this can help your business. Just want to remind you that these are only 2 of the 7 steps in our extremely comprehensive online marketing strategy that could literally help you have one of the best years that you've ever had, and it will change the way that you do business forever. Competitive redirects. This should be used to enhance a pay-per-click / search engine optimization strategy, not as a replacement. This should be a phase of an overall online marketing mix. What it allows you to do is drive a lot of highly targeted traffic directly from your competition's websites. What we're going to be doing is essentially marketing on your competitors' websites. It can be extremely powerful when combined with retargeting. If you don't know what a competitive redirect is, if you don't know what retargeting is, don't worry, we're going to go over it right now. What is a competitive redirect? Okay, so as I said before, a competitive redirect will allow you to market on your competition's websites. Okay, so what will happen is that we can target the website address of your competition. So I don't know how many competitors you have. Probably depends on the size of your market area. But let's say you have 10 competitors. Let's say if you're in the Rochester area, Comfort Windows. If you're a home improvement company in the Rochester area, then I'm sure that you've heard of Comfort Windows. We can target the Comfort Windows websites. And what will happen is that it doesn't matter how the user ends up finding the Comfort Windows websites. As we saw in the previous video, Comfort Windows is spending $10,000 per month in a pay-per-click, in a Google pay-per-click campaign, and I'm sure that they're doing other things to drive traffic. But anytime that a user visits Comfort Windows websites, what will happen is something like this. So user goes in, they either type comfortwindows.com, hit enter, or maybe they click on a pay-per-click ad. As soon as this URL shows up in the web address bar for particular users, what will happen is, bam, a pop-up will appear. And we can make this pop-up anything that we want. We can make it into a squeeze page in order to try and capture an email address. We can make it into an offer like this. As you can see, much of Comfort Windows marketing strategy is tailored around Windows and replacement Windows. So we know that this user, this is a company by the name of Renewal by Anderson. So we know that Renewal by Anderson would be interested in having a window, people who are interested in replacement Windows. So what we can do is whenever the Comfort Windows URL pops up in the URL address, we can have this pop-up show up, and it will, we can make our own offer. Now, one thing that we talked about in the previous video is that one of the reasons why Comfort Windows is spending so much in pay-per-click is the fact that their quality score is probably a little low, because this landing page, though most of their keywords are tailored around Windows, replacement Windows, they don't mention Windows anywhere on this landing page. So there's that sort of inconsistency between the keywords that they're targeting in pay-per-click, what their ads are saying, and then what this main page is saying. It doesn't say Windows anywhere. It says home improvement. To you and to me, it might seem like the same thing. A user may not may not think like, hey, this is the right place. So by having a pop-up like this that's highly targeted, that it mentions Windows several times, and it lets people know very clearly that they're in the Rochester area, an ad like this, there's a good chance that this ad will be able to siphon at least a percentage of the visitors that are going to Comfort Windows websites. Do you get that? Do you see how powerful this can be? And this is not even where it gets really good. This by itself will get you some pretty good results. But when we combine it with what comes next, which is retargeting, that's when it gets extremely powerful. Now, before we move on from competitive redirects, I need to mention that the reason this shouldn't be used as a replacement is because it's not going to be possible with 100% of web users. There's a certain percentage of the population which has opted in to one or various types of free software, which they exchange the right to be marketed to for use of this free tool or free software. So in all, it's about anywhere between 15 to 25% roughly of the population we're going to be able to target in this fashion with these pop-up windows. Okay, but I mean 25, if it's 15% of 4,000 visitors that are going to this website alone, that's still like 600 people per month. When you combine it with all your other competitors, you could easily see how that can get up to 2,000-3,000 people a month. Now, where it gets really powerful is when we combine it with this retargeting. So let's talk a little bit about retargeting. And the first thing that I should say is that this doesn't apply just for competitive redirects. We are going to retarget every single user, every single visitor that goes to your website. Let's talk a little bit about the background. 95%, if your website is excellent and you have a really high conversion ratio, because we talked about this before, remember it's between 2 and 3% is the average. So if you're getting double that, if you're getting double the conversion rate on your website, that means that 95% of visitors are still going to leave your website without leaving you an email, without giving you their phone number, without taking any action on your website. Those people are gone. And at any point, they could find your competitor's website. They could completely forget all about it. They could change their mind. So what retargeting does allows us to put banner ads in front of them in order to encourage them to come back to your website and finish what they were doing. Retargeting will allow us to put banner ads in front of major websites such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, CNN.com, New York Times, through all these major websites where nearly every visitor travels to at some point in the day. We're going to be able to put ads in front of them, reminding them about your company, your business, your offer, in order to draw them back and hopefully capture them as a lead. I'm going to go through, and I found it a little bit alarming that I out of the hundreds of construction company websites that I traveled, none of them were retargeting, not one. So one of the other industries that I studied or that I researched before jumping into construction companies was the specialty finance. So with them, I was able to find the company, and I'm going to show you an example of exactly how they were doing it. The name of the company is called Balboa Capital. They offer equipment leasing and small business financing. So I traveled I explored several web pages in the Balboa Capital website, just getting more information, seeing what sort of tactics they were implementing, a little bit about their Google strategy and exactly what they were offering. Next thing you know, I'm traveling around the internet. Here you see that I took a screenshot of a website. It's called the Daily Caller. It's just general news, politics, that sort of thing. And next thing you know, look at here. Here is the banner ad from Balboa Capital. This happened because of retargeting. Okay, now they dropped a cookie in my browser, and this cookie communicated with the display ad network, which is on this website, and they're paying a little bit of money in order to show me this ad to remind me of their company. Now, you could be thinking to yourself, well, maybe they're just buying banner ads on this particular website. Let's take it a step further. Here is a video that I was watching for some reason. Damian Marley featuring Nas. Damian Marley is Bob Marley's son. Nas is a rapper from the late 90s. There is absolutely no logical reason why anyone would ascertain that somebody watching this Damian Marley video, which is featuring Nas, there's absolutely no reason why anyone would ascertain that, okay, people who like Damian Marley must be interested in equipment leasing. But yet, what do you see? Equipment Leasing Solutions, Balboa Capital. This is retargeting in action. And let's go through it again. Are you starting to see how powerful this can be for your business? And again, why we do it with 100% of visitors, because not everybody's going to give us their email address. Even in the best case scenario, we're going to be able to collect 80% of email addresses. Realistically, it's going to be someplace 40, 50%. Hopefully, half of visitors will leave us their email address, but that's still half of web traffic just gone. So, and again, here, a Kenny Rogers song called "The Gambler," and this is a song about one poker player talking to another about knowing when to fold his cards. Again, no logical reason why anyone watching or why anyone would ascertain that people who like Kenny Rogers automatically are interested in equipment leasing. But what do you see here? Another ad. But so you see how they're following me around the internet? No matter where I go. This is a website about politics. This is a website, or this is a video on YouTube, which is pretty much a hip-hop urban style song. This is a country song, again, on YouTube. And they have one ad here, they have another ad here, they have another ad here. So they're following me around the internet with their banner ads, and really I've clicked on these ads multiple times because they reminded me. And I would go, I would visit, and I would do a little bit more research. Of course, I'm not in the market for equipment leasing, but still, it's effective. It's highly effective. The return on investment on this is extremely high, and it's something that if you're doing anything online, you need to be retargeting. These are just two of the steps in our very comprehensive online marketing strategy. We are cutting edge. We stay on top of what's going on in the real world of online marketing, and we are bringing you strategies and tactics that no one else is offering. Give us a call today. We can change your business for the better, and we will be working together for an extremely long time. Your growth is in your hands. Give us a call. Let's get started today. Thank you very much.